tell us a little bit about you and how you ended up where you are now. What was the first steps behind that?
I actually met Eddie. It's amazing, by the way, what you're doing. Like, I agree with you. So many people on a journey, and then it ends, especially in boxing. It's hard to come to where do you go from there. But like, I met Eddie when I was 14 years old. I was selling raffle tickets. I always wanted to be in business. Whatever I did, I didn't really care what it was at the time. But when you're that age, you're impressionable by money. Someone said, "Oh, he's the guy with a Bentley outside." I said, "The tight bastard only bought 20 quid's worth of raffle tickets." I got 50 quid out of him.
Good, mate.
Finally, we get to talk to you.
Oh, sorry, you've waited a long time for boredom.
Patience to the game in this sport, and it's this kind of work, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know about your job as well, it's about patience, isn't it?
Taking it slow. Eventually, good times always come.
That's right, definitely.
But many people will say, you sorry that you had to wait for me, because a lot of people call me a bit boring and monotone. So
but the position of your job, what you're doing now with the zone, are you enjoying it? Well, obviously you do, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. I'm quite an honest person. Boxing was never for me. It was never my focus when I started. I fell into it really. I love putting on shows. I love events. I love going into an arena like we will on Saturday night, looking round and seeing 12,000 people having a great night. That for me is the focus. And if you can at the same time build a sport, build a narrative around it, then great. But I'm very different to Eddie. Like, Eddie is the passion. He grew up with boxing. I didn't grow up with it, but it's a good balance between the two. And obviously over time you learn to love it. It's a stressful business. It's a crazy business. Nothing out there quite like it. But no, it's good times.
Do you get enough sleep like what Eddie does?
Yeah, he's got. I actually bought him a Whoop.
Is it?
Because he's a bit addicted to his fitness. So I bought him a Whoop. He goes one way though. He just goes psycho mode about fitness and health and eating. And I'm very much a person of balance. Right. But I try and sleep. I try and get some sleep. I got a good night's sleep last night, so I was happy.
So how's your fitness as well? Are you in the fitness regime as well?
I train a lot, but I also eat more than I train.
Is it?
So I train to be chubby. If you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so you want to get big?
No, I just train. I love food.
I love food. Well, everybody does. We all do.
But I love food. Like, if you go out for dinner with me, I order stuff for the table so that we can eat the stuff in the middle as well as whatever we order. Yeah. So I've got a bit of a food problem, but I'm training to be chubby.
No problem. Everyone's their own needs, you know what I mean?
He started his boxing career at light middleweight and finished at cruiserweight.
He looks well for it. He looks like super middle now.
Do you know how old am I?
42.
See what I mean?
Oh, you look well.
48.
When I die, I want to come back looking like you.
Yeah, I'm 49 in August.
49?
Yeah, man, I'm still...
The big 50. It's coming soon.
40, I know, well, age is just a number, innit?
Yeah, exactly. So you put the hat on, you look 30 again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
That's why I leave my
How old is he?
37.
He's looking after you.
I'm 47. And
47? I was only 10 years out. How old do you think I am?
Uni 30s. Uni 30s are 20.
30?
28.
28? I wish I was 28.
You're 34, 35.
31.
31. There you go, nearby.
Yeah. 31, close
enough. Look good. Just look after yourself, eat and enjoy yourself. Yeah. Make sure you eat the right stuff though, that's the main thing.
I like a bit of red wine as well. It's my only downfall.
There's nothing wrong with that because it's good for the heart, isn't it?
Is it?
Said, I'm sure he said you have red wine.
Drink more of it then.
Yeah. I can tell you it's not.
Well, what did people say? It's good for your heart? Why did they say so? The myth then?
Yeah. Isn't it like dark chocolate's good to eat at night as well?
Dark chocolate's better than light chocolate, but it's not. It's all about
That's nutritionist anyway, so I bet you just listen to this man. We've got a nutrition, we can help you out if you need it.
Perfect. You got to have a bit of balance though, you got to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's life, isn't it?
Exactly.
But I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're former boxers. So the reason we decided to do what we're doing is because in the middle of COVID, we opened a WhatsApp group and everyone started flowing into it. We got Johnny Nelson, we got
270 people on it. I've opened it, yeah.
Loads of people in that group. And the reason we did it is because we had a friend called Jason Bad Boy Barker who was struggling with depression and ended up committing suicide. I think he fought under Matchroom. So from that WhatsApp group, having a network of people to help other fighters and stand fighters, we know that's a gap in the market. Then we decided to open the 13th round. 13th round is round after boxing, and then we realised the podcast was doing well, but then we realised we need to get the scene so people see us more, make them connections. So when we talk to people, we don't just want to ask the same old questions like, oh, how was training camp, how was the fights weekend. We want to know you. So we're watching you from the outside. We'll meet you for the first time today. Tell us a little bit about you and how you ended up where you are now. What was the first steps behind that?
I actually met Eddie. It's amazing, by the way, what you're doing. Like, I agree with you. So many people on a journey, and then it ends. Especially in boxing, it's hard to come to where do you go from there. But like, I met Eddie when I was 14 years old. I was selling raffle tickets. I always wanted to be in business. Whatever I did, I didn't really care what it was at the time. But you know, when you're that age, you're impressionable by money. Someone said, "Oh, he's the guy with a Bentley outside." I said, "The tight bastard only bought 20 quid's worth of raffle tickets." I got 50 quid out of him. And then I pestered him for a job, and it wasn't, like I say, it wasn't about sport. It was more about going to work anywhere. And I knew wherever I went to work, I'd work hard, and I wanted to do well. And that's really driven me through. And you know, we're lucky because every week, you know, we get to walk out to venues and go, is this good enough? You know, I get to do that every week. I get that job satisfaction every week of either going, this is amazing, what a night, or I go, do you know what? And I do it sometimes. I go, this isn't good enough. And it keeps you driven to want to improve and keep building. You know, like, competition's great, and everyone needs competition, but at the same time, I'm really my own biggest judge and critic. But I'll walk out and go, do you know what? This is terrible.
You got ADHD or whatever? Just looking at venues and ambitious. So what is it? What drives you? What drives you?
I'm a pain in the arse to work for, I'm sure. Like, I'm very much into small details. Yeah, I think if you get small details right, the rest follows. Too many people are experts of too much now. I know my limitations. I'll get involved with anything. I'll help you with anything. I will give you my best, but I know what I'm not very good at. Like, I tried to write press releases once. I was terrible, you know, but I can help. And I think what's good for me is a lot of businesses, and this is where I'm lucky at Matchroom, a lot of businesses bring people in at a senior level who don't really understand it, don't understand the business. I've done it. I've been there since I was 15. I used to make teas and coffees, used to deliver pizzas. I've done it all. I used to stand outside train stations at 5 a.m. giving out leaflets. I know what goes into making it happen. I'd still do it today. But too many people get in a senior position, don't really understand the business, come in and tell people, boss people around, but don't know what goes into it. You know, but I think opportunity, you got to get given. I was lucky to, you know, I always say I was lucky to get given an opportunity. Beyond that, I did it all myself, because no one gave me. Beyond that, no one said, if I would have messed up, I'd be out the door. You know, I get a lot of, I said he's rich, mate. I wasn't rich. I met him, I got an opportunity, I was lucky to meet him, was lucky to get the opportunity, and from there I took it from there. Because I started with a lot of people who could have done what I did, maybe didn't, left the business, did something else. So, you know, I think the world is changing, and people are impressionable by nice things but don't see what goes into getting those nice things. And I've given up my life, and I love it, and I'd never change anything about it, but you need to give up your life in whatever you do, you know. And not everyone's idea of success is the same. Like, some people like money, some people like making a difference, you know. Like, don't determine what success is by someone else's metrics, but if you give it your all in whatever you do, then that's the key.
Well, that's a similar thing what we're doing as well, you know what I mean? We're working hard, we're trying our best, we're dedicating ourselves to it.
You're making a difference as well.
Yeah, we are definitely.
You know, it's funny, when you came in the room, I was speaking to Kai. So I've followed Kai well before I met Eddie. It's a small world, isn't it? So I used to be a leader in the church, speaking the word of God every day. What you said there was acts of service. So learning how to put the chairs away, learning how to serve people.
You've done all that,
You're a better leader, because you have to be in that, and you might end up elevating it, and now you know how they feel. I mean, Kai met on that page, and then I saw Kai go through this journey where he started training Eddie, and it's such a small world how everything clicks together. And same with Kai, watching him in the background as well. I said that we're going down to Matchroom to do Barry Home, because he's confirmed the date and everything really. And I want to get Kai on, because I think in the background he's seen all these. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? There's what goes on that most people when they tune into boxing, watch boxing, or see you on the camera, they only see the front of it, they don't see the back of it. We want we want people to understand the whole
background.
That's life, though, isn't it? You know, no one shows bad times. Why would you?
That's why they have Facebook. They only show the good parts of the life.
Good part of life, you know. And everyone's the same with that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, in the same way, it's negative to a lot of people because a lot of people need direction now. And they're led by what they see, you know. So I'm not. I'm not standing here trying to say I know everything, but I think people need more direction now. And like young people, I'm 31, I'm not old, but I'm different to a lot of the generation around me where, you know, you go out there and you make it happen. And, you know, you can't, I think the world's quite a soft place, which is good in some ways, but in other ways makes it a lot more difficult. And you probably get in trouble for saying it because you have to follow this thing of like everyone, you know, you have to be careful what you say.
Protocol.
But it's actually, I don't think it's benefiting people, is the reality.
Because then you're stuck on paralysis by analysis. Because you're stuck in what you should and shouldn't do, and then you're not being authentic to yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult, like everything's filtered, isn't it?
This is the problem as well. Not in a bad way, but it's but it's good way. It's good, but it's also, you know, it's a negative as well. Like, you know, different characters take things differently. I go on the internet when I do interviews and I get called a fat prick or wanker, or I get called a spotty young kid, or I get say people don't say, oh, I haven't got. You have to have a mentality not to listen to that. So as good as these things are, there's obviously negatives to them as well, and that's what makes the world a bit of a softer place as well.
Surprisingly, when we was at Brendan Ingles training, that's the way he used to train us in the ring. He used to get us in the middle and he gets to sing songs, gets people to call him names when he's sparring, because when you're boxing you can get called names and stuff when you're fighting, so you've got to get that concentration mindset.
Brendan was well ahead of his time.
So that's similar.
They're making a movie, aren't they?
Yeah.
Is it Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah, he's coming down Leeds. He's coming down Leeds to do part of it.
Are they?
So we're talking to Johnny Nelson today, just before we come down here, and they're filming it actually down the road from me on Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah.
I might see if I can get a part in it.
I
Always thought I'd be an actor one day.
You could shave your hair and be Dominic, couldn't you? You could be Dominic, could you? Dominic, innit? Ryan, no, but the hair. You could
Me and Ryan look very similar.
You know what I mean? With Dominic.
Just need the arms.
We can put some on like a little padded.
Little padded dumper.
Walk around. Guys,
checking out. It's been fantastic. Hope you enjoyed it.
Cheers, guys.
We out.
Peace.